Hello and welcome to GreenBiz Studio. I'm Grant Harrison, Director for Sustainable Finance and ESG here at GreenBiz Group, and I'm pleased to be joined today by Sarah Digirolamo, Audit and Assurance Partner for Sustainability and ESG Services at Deloitte. Sarah, it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thanks. It's a pleasure to be here as well.
So, for quite some time, I think 175 years, if my reading is correct, companies have counted on Deloitte's Audit and Assurance Services to help them adapt to the ever-changing business environment. And here in 2024, ESG expectations are certainly reshaping the economic landscape. Currently, 95% of S&P 500 companies issue sustainability reports, but this reflects what has been built over the past couple decades of a voluntary reporting paradigm. So where are we when it comes to preparation for a new regulatory requirement in ESG reporting from your lens?
So the good news is with over 95% of the S&P 500 reporting, most companies are not starting from scratch. However, there are still likely gaps they will need to fill in order to meet the regulatory requirements. Even for information they are currently reporting, we find there is often still work to be done when you're moving from voluntary to regulatory disclosure. Of note, reporting may need to be rapidly accelerated and assurance will be required by many regulations. This will likely require significant prep and is still anticipated to span several years to reach maturity level expected in regulatory reporting. Companies should review their governance, data infrastructure, and controls on the information they are currently reporting in order to elevate ESG data to the same quality, reliability, and business relevance level as financial data. We also know that it can take some companies a whole year to publish their current ESG reports. In order to meet stakeholder expectations, they should continue to work across the organization and collaborate to accelerate those timelines. Regardless of the regulation, CSRD, California rule, ISSB, etc., we recommend the following steps to operationalize within the organization. First of all, begin where you are. Connect relevant stakeholders across your business and clarify the group's understanding of what the reporting requirements, priorities, timelines, and stakeholder expectations are. Then perform a gap disclosure analysis and evaluate materiality. So understand what you may need through the understanding of what materiality means in the context of each of these roles. Determine what you have in your existing disclosures that may meet the requirements and identify areas for further actions to fill those gaps. Next, you're going to want to document the current state of controls over this information. Document the relevant data and process owners and understand where control gaps exist that may need to be filled. And then before you get started on your plan, understand the interoperability amongst these regulations. So know where the rules and regs overlap so you avoid duplicating efforts and can optimize these resources. And then finally, you're going to want to fill these gaps and build capabilities as required. So once the gaps are identified, it's likely that new data will need to be sourced and new controls will need to be put in place. We recommend building a comprehensive roadmap with clear identification of roles and responsibilities to operationalize within the organization.
Well, maybe help us tie together two key words that you just mentioned there, operationalizing and within. Who within organizations should be brought on board for ESG reporting, and can their contribution or role support the operationalizing we are looking for?
Yeah, so accelerating market developments reinforce the need for companies to really have a thoughtful and in many cases multi-year roadmap to achieving reporting processes, controls, and quality around material sustainability risks in order to withstand assurance. So it's really important to get cross-business collaboration within the organization. Where we've seen success is when individuals from financial reporting, internal audit, risk, and legal are involved to bring that foundational regulatory reporting lens to the conversation and work hand in hand with sustainability in order to focus on the subject matter. So while many of these groups don't necessarily have the sustainability knowledge, what they do bring are other important knowledge and skills from years of reporting, which can help drive consistency with how this is operationalized elsewhere within the organization. So the goal is not to recreate the wheel with ESG reporting, but really to focus on capacity building and educate and upskill those within the organization to bring this into their day-to-day activities.
Got it. And one of the key differences between the regulatory paradigm that we're exiting and the regulated one that we're entering is the need to be assurance ready. What do you think the organizations that are tuning in here, joining us at the studio, would need to be thinking about to ensure that they are in fact assurance ready?
Yeah, so assurance can be a tool to strengthen trust and confidence, and enhance usefulness and strategic decision making, and also manage risk and ESG reporting. So assurance readiness to stress test ESG preparedness and prioritize areas of action and remediation is an important step. This can include benchmarking on current state reporting process and controls, as well as analyzing established criteria and alignment to recognized standards, and then providing recommendations for governance, reporting process, and control improvements to help prepare for external assurance. So many companies understand that these regulations require assurance and really want to jump right in, but starting on assurance without first taking the time to prepare can cause data problems, methodology application issues, and it may lead to misstatements and significant engagement delays. So engaging internal audit and your assurance provider as early as possible is key as well. And using the same assurance provider for financial and ESG information can offer alignment and efficiencies. So this rapidly evolving regulatory environment also means that as companies move towards presenting ESG information alongside financial information, it's becoming even more important that information subject to assurance meets that same rigor as financial reporting, as many shareholders expect to place the same reliance on ESG info as they do on the audited financial statements as well.
Well, Sarah, we really appreciate you taking the time to join us in the GreenBiz studio and make us all a bit smarter on operationalizing ESG reporting. And I look forward to seeing you in Arizona next week for GreenBiz 24 to dig further into this important subject.
Thanks. It's been a pleasure to be here with you, and I look forward to seeing you as well.
Great. You've just heard from Sarah Digirolamo, Audit and Assurance Partner in Sustainability and ESG Services at Deloitte.